does Robert H. Jackson what did that mean to you at the time, if anything? Was that a presence?
Well, sure. I mean, it's physically a presence, at least for most of the time I was there, and that his portrait hung in the SG's office, and it actually hung in the sort of the external formal part of the office over the fireplace. So it had pride of place, and there are a couple of reasons for that. I think one is that there are only so many solicitors general who went on to become attorney general, and it'd be natural in the SG's office to have somebody who went on and did that, because you have portraits of attorneys general. There are no formal portraits, painted portraits of solicitors general. If there were, I mean, Jackson's portrait would be there too. But I'm just saying this sort of limits the universe of potential people for whom it would make a great deal of sense to have their portrait hanging in the SG's office. But there were other candidates, Francis Biddle, for example. Now Jackson has two advantages over Biddle. One, he certainly was a more handsome man. So to the extent that aesthetics matter here, I checked out the Biddle portrait, and I wasn't that excited about it. But I mean, there's also the much more serious and obvious point that Jackson's reputation as Solicitor General, as Attorney General, as a justice, as the Nuremberg prosecutor, I mean, all of that together makes him, I think, an inspiration for all sorts of lawyers in the department, and not the least of which in the SG's office. And not only does his Attorney General portrait hung for most of the time I was there, as I was mentioning, I lost him at the end of my service to Attorney General Mukasey, and it's hard to deny an Attorney General from New York, portrait. But in addition to his Attorney General portrait, there are photographic portraits of all the Solicitors General, and his portrait there hangs in a place of honor in the SG's conference room, along with the, I think, 3 other Solicitors General who went on to serve as justices of the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. So, kind of any way you look at it, whether as an advocate or as a justice, I mean, there's sort of obvious reasons why Justice Jackson is held in such high regard by the lawyers in the SG.